So I've been having an issue with this thing cold starting and running when cold, and the issue was the choke spring in here was way too tight and it wasn't letting the choke plate open, so it wasn't getting enough air and it was literally choking the engine. Bad joke, sorry. So I loosened the spring off so that it's got a little bit of tension, enough to close it when it's cold, but it should still be enough to let it run good. And I think I've got the fast idle set good, and we'll do the curb idle once it's warm. So to set the choke, it's under here, there's a spring, and you turn it to tighten it, and you turn it this way to loosen it, clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever. And you want it so that it's got enough pressure to close when cold. So this is how it will be when it's warm. The engine's warm. Focus. It'll be sitting like this. And when it's cold, you want to go to start it. You'll pump the throttle, and it'll close. But it's still got enough to open when you give it gas and let air in. So we'll go around to the other side of the carb. I'll show you the fast idle screw and how that works. Okay, so on the driver's side of the carb now, you've got the fast idle screw right here, and that adjusts where it will idle when the engine's cold and the choke plate's closed. Reach in here so you can see there how it's closed and it's sitting on the bracket from the spring to the choke plate in the carb. And when the choke's open and its engine's warm, it'll be sitting like this, not affecting anything. But when the engine's cold and you pump the gas, the spring inside the choke will close the choke plate like that, and it'll rest on the fast idle screw, the bracket that connects it. So that's how that works. And then once the engine's warm, you give it gas again, and it'll open that up, and it won't rest on there, and it'll have no influence at all. So that's how the choke and the fast idle works. So I think that's set pretty good. The fast idle, we'll find out once we get the engine running and go from there. Okay, swapped in a new battery, should be good. Looking much better there. Beauty. So you can see now that the engine's warmed up, the choke plate is open more, and when I touch the throttle, it doesn't close, which is good. So we're running now. This is warm. Just started it warm. Idle speed's on the curb idle screw now, so it's not sitting on that metal bracket that the fast idle was on that I showed earlier. So it's not idling fast. I don't have a tach, so I don't have a way of knowing exactly what RPM it's at. I need to get a tach, but yeah. Let's look at my exhaust setup I've got. So this thing was straight piped. So just for noise reasons right now in the backyard, I've got my truck's muffler sitting on there. And it actually sounds pretty good, so I might even clamp that muffler on there permanently.